Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody? Good, I hope. I'm just going to see who we have here. Oh, I got to just mute my do flopper ding dong. Here we go. Okay, who do we have over here? We have Mr. Dave Plum. Once Upon a Boutique. Oh, that's Joe. Hi, Joe. We have B Happy John. We have Dave the Wood Barber. We have Leona Faye. Mark Lindsay. We have Matt. Matt, if you want on the show, you're quite welcome. Let me know, and I'll get Harvey to send you a link.
Piece of cake.
And anybody else that wants to jump on, of course. Wayne the Woodturner, hello. Who else we got? Love Angel, hello. Uh-oh, Brain Fizz is in the house. Chris Cute is in the house. I suppose I'm one of their crew now, in the hood. So, sorry to confuse you all, folks, but I was testing stuff earlier for the new show on Friday, and I've got the whole, I'll show you what I mean in a second. I've got the whole studio set up here, and by the time I'd finished messing about and I realized the time, I thought it's going to take ages to move the whole setup back out into the workshop. So I said I'd just do this, and you guys could kind of get a sneak preview of what the show on Friday is going to be like, and you can give me a bit of feedback on what you think it looks like. I've changed it around a bit since testing it earlier on. There's a couple of guys there that I was testing it with, and I've changed it around a bit, so hopefully it will look a bit better. And we might do a game or two later as well with Harvey and anybody else that joins the crew. Just for some fun, just to give it a try. Do you know?
Games is a beautiful thing.
Sorry, and I forgot to introduce everybody. Harvey has joined me for just we're going to have a bit of a panel and a bit of a chat and just how things are going. Hi, Anna. How are you? Cool. It looks good. Looks good. Very good. Just to let you all know, I'm working on that's another one of the reasons why I didn't really want to do the turn-in tonight. Well, it actually would have been carving. My internet in the last hour has been up and down and a bit patchy, so I didn't want to risk it. So I'm actually connected to my cell phone, and touch wood, it actually seems to be quite good. So that actually might be the way to go for this show, maybe on Fridays, but we'll see, because I have unlimited data. So okie dokie, Anna's good. So does anybody have any questions about the new show or about Templeboy Turnings and future projects and things like that, just while we're waiting to see does anybody else join the panel? It'd be good to have a couple of people on. Like I say, anybody that's there that has a camera and a microphone, please feel free to join. Just got a ping pong there, so don't know who that is.
There we go. Good evening, Matt.
Hello.
Hello, Matt. How are you?
Good, Stephen. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Anytime. And I can also reveal that. Oh, hold on. I'm got things all wibbly wobbly here. 1 second, folks. I was on the wrong screen, Matt. I was wondering why I could hear you and not see you.
I think I have my audio okay now.
Cool. Matt is going to be one of the first contestants on Friday night show. So thank you, Matt, for agreeing to do that, for being the guinea pig for the very first Make It Matter game show.
People who know me know I'll do anything. So
well, I'm going to get you to do everything too.
Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
So Bob Lee, hey Steve, how did you get your name Templeboy? Oh, that's a very easy one, Bob. It's where I live. I live in a little village called Templeboy, or a parish called Templeboy, and it is in County Sligo, on the west coast of Ireland. So that was quite easy because Templeboy, and because I was Woodturning, obviously it all kind of meshed. Actually, do you know who came up with the name? Was Rob Summerlin from Woodsley Summercraft. He's my best friend, and we were chatting about it, and he said, "What about Templeboy Turnings?" And
Every
boom.
time you mention Sligo, I for some reason or another, dirty women and dirty welds
No,
pop
you
into
see,
my mind.
that's because you're pronouncing it wrong. It's Sligo, not Slago.
It's Sligo.
No, it's not. you Miami people.
There you go. That's pronounced Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Miami's a world unto itself, I think, sometimes.
Oh yeah, glad to be getting out of that world.
But Miami has its own theme tune as well. It goes, don't get fooled again. Do you know what? I've got another laptop set up here, and I keep thinking that I've got, when you have the split screen and you can move your mouse across from one screen to the other, because I've got two laptops, I keep thinking I can move this one across to that one, and I've got two. Yeah, it's just not working. Okay, so what's the questions? Oh, I lost a load of subscribers this week. Congratulations,
That's not good.
Yeah, no, it
congrats.
is. No, it is good, Matt, and I tell you why it's good. I have 20,000. It was 20,730 something as of last week, but I lost about 30 something subs this week. But it's because I've decided to go down the live show route. I wasn't getting the views on. I'm getting the same amount of views on my live shows as I was on my uploads. So I'm not really worried. Obviously, these are people that had kind of signed up to the CD thing and all the mad stuff. And to be honest with you, it was, I'm not really worried.
I feel your pain. I'm doing some live shows too, and I've seen similar issues.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, I want real subs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want real subs. Okay, you see, now it's just as well I did go with my cell phone, because I've got my other laptop. It's actually my daughter's laptop, connected to the normal internet, the workshop internet, and it just dropped out. So I'm glad that I made that decision. Haha. Okie dokie. Questions? While you're on, guys, what are you working on at the moment? Matt, what are you messing with? I know you're doing lots of cool lives.
Yeah. The live shows are going really well. I've got 2 on Monday nights. One, I teach how to use Adobe Illustrator, a graphics program that's great around the shop. All of the scroll saw people love it, and same thing with the machine people, the CNC and vinyl cutting and you name it. And then I do an all things YouTube show where if you have a YouTube channel, I condense all the YouTube news down into an easy segment and tell you everything that's going on with the company YouTube and how it affects creators. And I do some channel reviews and give you some power tips. It's a lot of fun. And in the shop, I'm working on picture frames, all kinds of projects that are some that light up and some that are kind of shadow box like. So the woodworking tools are fired up in the Awesome Wood Things shop, and I'm loving it. Keep it busy.
Cool. That's cool. So, are they wooden frames and then you're adding to them, or are they different mediums, or what are they?
Yeah, wooden frames. Some have multiple panes of glass with different types of layering effects. Some will be backlit. I bought the coolest. Maybe I shouldn't say this. I bought a poster of Elon Musk, and with what he's smoking, the smoke goes up, but it turns into the universe. Like the smoke kind of morphs into a space scene. So I bought a poster of that, and I'm gonna frame it, and I'm gonna just backlight the poster just so it kind of has a backlit glow to it. It's really cool. So I'm doing that, and I'm framing a whole bunch of other stuff, some family photos. I'm gonna do a little bit of scroll saw art on top of photos with different mat cutting because I have a mat cutter. So I'm gonna do some of that and a few other quirky things I have around the house I want to put in frames. So that's what I'll be doing.
That's cool. Yeah, I forgot you're a sci-fi geek, aren't you?
Oh, who isn't? Come on, live long
Me,
and
I'm
prosper.
not. Well, I can
Peace and
do all
love.
that, but I'm still not a sci-fi geek. Do you know what? I've never ever watched a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I have a love-hate with Star Wars. I was always more Star Trek. And I think the reboot of Battlestar Galactica, the one that came out in 2004 and kind of kept right, I think that's one of the best pieces of entertainment product. You don't even know what to call it. It's not a movie, it's the series, whatever. It's awesome.
I go against the grain. While my favorite is still Star Trek and Star Wars, apples and oranges. I of all the series, I quite enjoy. Like I said, I go against the grain. Babylon 5. Everybody seems to hate it for some reason. I love it.
Yeah, that's not a super popular one, but like you said, people who love it love it.
Yep.
The funny thing is that I just have my own vision of what the future is going to be like, and it doesn't involve flying cars or these ships and things that you see in these sci-fi movies. All it involves in my mind is just a load of ash. It's just ash everywhere, just blowing in the wind, and kind of lone survivors dragging themselves through the ash.
Well, mankind doesn't
But
get
hey, I'm
together.
a happy kind of chap,
The more intrusive the internet gets, the more I feel that we are the Borg.
The world's going to be nothing but a smoldering ash pile and cat memes.
Right. Well, Harvey, you may as well tell us what you're working on. You're doing housey stuff, aren't you?
What's that?
You're doing property and housey stuff, aren't you?
Yeah. I some time ago when I started my channel a couple years back, it was all about getting the shop organized, and I reached a wall, literally and figuratively. It turns out that I've got more stuff than I do space, and after eliminating and organizing and everything, I've gotten to the point where I eliminated my storage units, but at home I have neatly organized every single tool. Unfortunately, no space to work at that point. So after a few conversations with my wife, and long story short, I bought a 5-acre property in Central Florida. And over the next 4 years, because that's the timeline when both girls will be in college, I'm going to be clearing the land. I'm actually doing that this weekend. And in about 3 years' time, I'm going to be starting a build. I'm still working on the design. It's currently 6,900 square feet, including a close to 3,000 square foot shop. A shop / garage. It's a 3-car garage. It takes part of it too. And I have no doubt that that's going to be smaller, because I tend to exaggerate everything in my life 1,000,000 times over. But that's what I'm working on. And since I also since part of the property, about an acre of property, is filled with a bamboo forest, my latest interest is figuring out things to do with bamboo. So you'll be seeing probably a lot of bamboo projects in my November challenge of one project a day, the almost impossible challenge. So,
Walla walla bim bam.
Will there be Japanese-inspired items coming out of the Javi's Woodshop?
Well, funny you should mention that. My daughter is taking my eldest is taking Japanese lessons. She's 16. She's into anime. She's into Japanese. She knows French, Spanish, and and English, which is one more language than I know, and now she's taking Japanese. She's really, I mean, kids today, they're all into that into the Japanese culture and everything. So, yeah, I'll figure I'll get advice from my daughter and see
Okay.
what we can produce.
So
Well, bamboo plays right into that. That's why I was
Yep.
asking.
you'll be dressing up like the Kung Fu Panda, and every move that you make in your shop, it'll be like.
Got to get them together. Got to get the sound effects.
Yeah. Okay, so I've had a couple of questions here. So not working on the Grim Reaper tonight, huh? That's William Hopper. No, unfortunately not, William. As I said earlier, I've got a setup here that is like a studio. Look, I'll show you exactly the behind the scenes. It's really ugly. I'm sorry. Wait 1 second. So if I turn off my chroma key,
It's
it's
green.
so it looks like that. And if I zoom out, it's even uglier. It just looks like that. Okay, so all that is are these rubber click together mats fixed to the wall. That's my green screen.
At least they're not wavy, because that introduces problems. They're flat.
Yeah, exactly.
You're ahead of the game in that department.
Yeah, it works really well. I must admit, I'm lucky that way. Now, I did have a sheet, and that was really horrible. Let me just pop that back on again. Pop. And it just means that I can pretty much add to the back of me anything I want. So I can put my logo in the back, just like that. Let me see. It's really cool. You can have lots and lots of fun with green
Like
screen.
OBS, you can rearrange the background as you wish, and
Yeah. This is called Manycam or Manicam or however you want to pronounce it, as in many cameras, lots of.
I downloaded the free trial. Seems nice.
And it's really, really cool.
Is it like $30 a year or something
Oh,
like that?
it's Bart Simpson's butt. Actually, they just did a deal where you can pay $40 or a lifetime membership. There you
Very
go.
cool.
So, you can put whatever you want in the background, which is pretty cool. Which makes this kind of game showy thing a lot more easier, because I have here
nanny cam.
Manicam. So this is my scoreboard. I can flick my scoreboard. Boom. This is how this will work throughout the show, which is cool. I deduct a point for that really bad Manicam joke. And I have the timer up there that I can start whenever I want, just like that, counting down. Doop, 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 and stop it and reset. And I can set whatever time I want. And then I have, if I transfer to this is a game we're going to play a bit later on for the fun of it. This is one of the games. We're going to play higher or lower. And it's literally just a wheel that you can spin, and it does a random generator. Just like that. Which is cool. So there's all sorts of things like that you can do with it. So it's very good software. It's a lot of fun.
Will some of the games be games of chance, or will they be knowledge-based, or both?
There's going to be all sorts. There's going to be general knowledge. A lot of it is maker orientated. So tools and crafts and stuff like that,
I love it.
I look forward to the construction terms challenge.
Yeah, but there's also old school games like the yes no game, answer question with a question game, all them old school 80s style things that we all loved that we kind of miss when we get older.
Yep.
My chat has dropped out again, so you might have to just relay whatever they're saying to me, lads, if you have got it there.
I have it.
Until that's cool.
Any questions? Put them in the chat, please.
There was a couple there, but
Dave's commenting. You've learned some new tricks.
That was on the menu cam comment. They're happy.
Yeah. I was using OBS when I was originally doing live streaming last year, and I hated it. I've got to be honest. Now I'm not. It just didn't suit my internet speeds and the way my system worked. It didn't suit my computer. It just kept crashing on me. I couldn't get it all lined up. It just lagged. And I tried every kind of setting I could that I researched, and I just couldn't get it to work. So it just didn't suit me. And as soon as I tried this, I tried like a private live feed on YouTube, and it worked straight away. There was very little setting up, and it just seems to work well. So, I guess it just whatever suits you. A lot of teachers actually use this, online teachers. They use this program through, I see there's a lot of American teachers teach in China abroad, so it suits me.
Someone asked about prizes, if there will be prizes awarded, or if it's just
Okay.
pat on the back that you won.
Okay, so it's going to be a seasonal show. I think it's going to be either 6 or 8 episodes per season. My phone's ringing. And there's going to be a scoreboard, an overall scoreboard. It's going to be bragging rights, obviously. But then at the end of each season, we'll either have a champions playoff, or we'll just do a prize. The person that's at the top of the leaderboard with the most points will get a T-shirt or something like that. I'll get a Maker's Mind T-shirt made up, and they'll win a T-shirt. But it's really just a bit of fun and something different to chat shows and things like that. I just wanted to do something fun, and that can. It's got so much scope for lots of different games, and you can add more chat into it one week, and you can anything. I'm not restricted, put it that way.
Cool.
Tracy's already poking over there, and she wants to see a contest between Matt and myself.
Oh yeah, well, we're going to do the higher lower in a second. We'll do that, no problem. I've got my chat back again. Awesome wood things. Why the sad face? Oh
yeah, there was someone put a sad face next to my name. I'm not sure why.
Oh, Anna.
Just asking.
Oh yeah. Maybe she's just feeling a bit blue today. Are you feeling blue today, Anna? Are you sad? What are the points, mate? Prizes. Yeah, there's a lot of UK chat shows that this is based on. I'm not sure if you got those shows in the States. Did you get Bruce Forsyth in the States?
I think the general comment is the States gets them after the BBC puts them out. So things start there, and then they migrate into a different show in the United States.
Yeah, that's true. And they normally completely mess it up by the time it gets to you guys.
I just can't wait till Doctor Who comes back out.
Oh God, he mentioned Doctor Who.
Don't get me started.
Jodie Whittaker.
That'd be all right if Soph was in the chat. She'd be your bestest friend ever if you started talking about Doctor Who. Let's see what it says here. Okay, my painkillers are starting to work, Matt, because I broke my. Oh no, Anna! How did you break your thumb? Not on the lathe, I hope. Like the game show Jeopardy, have categories dealing with woodworking. Yeah, it's a similar sort of thing. I'll go through a couple of the things here.
I would like to mention something and do a shout out to Mr. Twidell. He has created some time ago. Many of you have seen this already. He has created this incredible, incredible cap
Hold on.
with only one issue. I mean, uh, he he didn't realize that here in America, our heads are normal size.
Oh no!
Excuse me. When
But I
I
love
when I when I sent that originally for Ireland, it was a full size hat, and when it got to your climate, it shrunk.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of wood you're using over there, but no. I love the grain, by the way. But
That's spalted beach, I think that was.
so
That was actually a
blame it on
challenge.
postage.
I turned that on a challenge on a live feed one night. Harvey said, "Can you turn a hat?" I'm not sure. I think Carl Jacobson was involved in it somewhere. I think you'd
Well,
ask
yeah.
Carl.
Originally, and I'm watching Carl week after week, and yourself, and Carl asked for something out there, and I asked him to turn a hat the week before, and he said he would, but unfortunately, I guess there was a defect in the wood or something, and he started it on the lathe, and he didn't do it live. He just did it off, and he never got to it because the piece of wood that was perfect for a cap. So I figure, and then he moved on to other things and bigger and better things,
Busy man.
and so I go, hey, let me see if the one thing about your channel is you put a challenge out there. I mean, I am definitely going to send you some bamboo because I would love to see what in the world you do turning a hollow pole.
Never know. I could make a nice flute from it.
Yeah, yeah.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
It'll be interesting.
See you later. Be happy, John. John's heading off.
Take care. Be happy.
Later, John.
I think he's working. I think he said earlier that he's working. And is he working? Was that him that said that?
No, not at this hour.
Oh, okay. I think he said I was an hour too soon or something. I don't know.
He's probably going to go feed July some peanut butter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anna's workshop said she didn't break it on the lathe. She broke her thumb on the bike. Ow.
What is she doing turning on a bike?
Well, it doesn't just go in straight lines, Harvey.
True.
The rotation of the wheels spin the wood piece.
I've seen
That's an awful lot of pedaling, though. You better have a very sharp chisel.
I've seen a motorbike powered lathe.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Crazy.
And also I've seen a guy turning using the back wheel of a Jeep. Jacked up the Jeep and mounted like a piece of plywood onto the Jeep's wheel, fixed his wood to that, and stuck a tool rest into the ground and went turning with it.
That's like when I first got into woodworking. He'd already passed away, but I used to watch. I binge watched all of the Canadian woodworker, the Crazy Canadians YouTube channel. He did that. Did you ever see that episode? He God rest his soul. He used to he was big in the woodworking circuit and in the woodworking shows, and that crazy Canuck did so many different things, like drop a tree on his wife's car, and one time he actually used a let me see what it was. He used a car wheel to turn a bowl, to attach it to I think it was a bowl, and I believe he was using the shovel of a bulldozer as a tool.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I saw that. It was a tractor. It was actually a tractor that he had.
Tractor, yep.
Yeah.
That's a classic for sure. Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible.
JP, hello. Welcome to the chat. You can jump on if you want, JP. Harvey has the link.
Will do.
And also, Wayne the Woodturner has mentioned he'd like to get on, but he's not sure how to do it. So, JP, are you friends with Wayne the Woodturner? If you are, could you send him a link and explain to him how to do it? He's perfectly welcome to come on.
I'll send
These
it
are.
to Jamie. And
You'll have to get used to it. You'll have to get used to it, Wayne, because you'll be on the show one day. Thank you, JP. And Dave's out there as well. He's a moderator, top man. Yeah, helps me out every week. Okie dokie. So let me
looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the show and stuff. Looking for you. Yeah. Any of you have any challenges coming up by the end of the year?
I've got Makers Rock in spring of 2019.
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Makers Rock.
Open to as many people that want to play along. You just make approximate 12 by 12 album art, any genre, any decade, and promote other makers that are also participating along the way. And then we all publish the video at the exact same day. So one day in March, YouTube's going to be nothing but Makers Rock build videos.
Beautiful thing.
This will be year 4. We've been doing it 4 years, and we had 27 people last time. So let's double that number. Makersrock.com. Just go to makersrock.com on the web. Everything you need to know.
It was fun. A lot of work, but fun. Rob from Woodsley Summercraft has just joined us. Hi, Rob. That's my
Jamie can't make it, but he'll forward the link.
I do have the snowflake challenge. Dave the Wood Barber just reminded me I've still got to turn a snowflake on the lathe. I must get. Do you know? I must do that. Do you know what, Dave? Boom. Sunday night, just before Makers International podcast. We'll do that. That's what we'll do. We'll do the snowflake challenge, and I shall work out live on the show how to do it. I've got a good idea now, but Anna is going. Bye bye, Anna. Thank you for joining us.
Bye,
I hope your thumb gets better soon.
Yeah, feel better.
That's horrible. Broken bones is never nice. So I just wanted to share with you as well. I bought myself one of these.
What is that? Is that a
very blue thin drill, or is that a glue thing?
That is a 3D printing pen.
Oh, cool.
And you get all these colored plastics to put into it.
It's like toothpaste, but it doesn't fall over.
So my plan is I'm going to put some pen tubes onto the lathe, and I'm going to have this on, and I'm going to make some multicolored plastic pen blanks and then turn them on the lathe. So I'm going to give that a go.
Crazy.
It's really cheap. It's like €40, I think, something like 30 or €40. And you can have lots of fun. You can build stuff with the kids and stuff. It's good fun.
How thin's the stream?
It is the stuff that goes into it.
No, is that just regular filament?
Richard said the screen is locked on Javi.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
well, I am really sorry.
Touches life.
Thanks, Richard. I hope I don't do that on the show, because otherwise it will become the Matt Harsh show. Is it? By the way, Matt, is it Haas or?
I say pretend you're laughing, ha ha ha, and then put an S on the end of it, Haas.
Oh, okay.
Although there are multiple ways to pronounce it, but that's the way.
Okay, so it's Matt.
You got it.
Cool.
Or just think of Hassenpfeffer, because the prefix of that word is also my last name. It translates to rabbit. And Hassenpfeffer is rabbit stew. They wanted to cook Bugs Bunny. Remember that?
Very familiar with that episode.
Cool. Yeah. No, I won't remember that.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Well, I'm very impressed with how the feed's going, considering it's off my cell phone. Do you know what? I think it's actually better than my regular internet.
It looks really good. Really good.
Oh, that's good.
How much bandwidth do you have just through your ISP rather than your mobile? But is it Do you have like
Oh,
12
it's
megabits
like,
up or 20 or 5 or
it's like rubbish. Hold on, let me just show. Let me see what.
sorry, I geek out. I'm a computer geek in the background.
Yeah, you're not going to get any answers because I have absolutely no idea what you're talking
Okay.
about. So
Forget I said it.
yeah,
Scratch that. I'm
okay. I do. I already did when it came out your mouth. It was like in one ear. It just went all over that wall, and it's just running down the wall over there now. So that's
I
just.
bought as much as they can sell me here at the Haas house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. The thing is, I've said it before on past shows, but the internet that I have here is satellite. There's no hard cable.
Oh no. See, satellite
Yeah.
is bad up.
Yeah,
Yes.
Pushing stuff to the web is so slow. Now coming down can be
and the lag
decent.
time as well.
Yeah.
You gotta get
So
something else, my friend. Is there any other
I
option?
no, there's nothing here because I'm right out in the coast of Ireland, out in the sticks. There is no cables in the ground.
No.
So I have to make do, and I do quite well considering it's a satellite
Can you get
fixed to a tree out the back of the garden.
I know some people will pay for mobile, like there's some mobile plans that can hook up to whole house internet at
Well,
decent,
I'm
rates.
actually streaming through my cell phone. I've set my phone up
Yeah,
hotspot,
yeah.
as a hotspot, and
Yep.
I'm streaming to my computer from that, and it's 4G on my phone. So
Well, there's permanent mobile solutions similar to what you're doing. Like
okay,
what you're doing is meant to be like a onesie twosie, very seldom type, but there are like
yeah,
packages that are meant to be done all day, every day that hook
okay,
into mobile.
yeah.
Um, I
It's
forget what those
Ireland. I mean,
devices are called.
we only
There's
got electric 10 years ago. I mean, come on.
oh my goodness. Can you buy like several thousand feet of Ethernet cable and like hook into the store like in the next town and just
Yeah, probably, but that would be crap too.
Well, let's see. Cat
Steve,
6, you would need a repeater every 1,000 feet, but it'll work.
Rob Summerlin said, Steve, you set light to your modem once. I did set light to my modem once. I set it on fire because it annoyed me last year. Yeah. And then I smashed it with a hammer. Yeah, that is very true. Um, I've a bit of a temper. I don't know whether people knew that, but when things go bad, I get angry. And if I have a hammer in my hand, just watch out. When I was a plumbing and heating engineer, I'm a qualified plumbing and heating engineer, and when I got angry, I
Tracy,
used
Tracy
lost
just
a lot
put
of tools.
temple.
Yeah, temper turnings. I I used to launch tools across people's backyards and everything. So,
wow.
so uh, I watched that video. Oh no, that was the phone that I turned on the lathe. I think that you're talking about, JP. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Rob did. I was on a live hangout when I did it. I got angry and said, "That's right." Rob was live streaming at the time when I got angry, or he just took. Do you know what he did? I was doing a Google Hangout with him, and Rob recorded me getting angry and setting fire to things with his phone up on the camera. So, no, I can't, Matt. Oh, well, I can't anyway.
Okay, cool.
Um, Let me
Yeah,
see.
no,
That was when Steve
I
thought
know you
white.
have a temper. I've seen you have some spats with co-hosts in a good
Oh
fun
yeah,
way, of course.
yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
maker
No,
community is awesome.
yeah. No, yes. Well, the thing is that I'm not afraid to speak my mind either. So if I see something written that I don't generally agree with, or I feel that it's unfair, I'll tell the person. I'll call
I
them out.
I prefer people who have no filter because you always know where you stand. There's no hidden, you don't have to figure anything out. They'll tell it
No.
just like it is, good or bad. I thrive with that environment. I love it.
Bah. YouTube sucks the life out of you. Sorry, took
Nah,
my filter off.
not if you have a great
It,
attitude.
it only sucks the life out of you if you let it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, it was sucking the life out of me when I was doing all the editing. When you do 15 to 20 hours of wood turning, videoing, editing, uploading with bad connection and all that, and then you only get 250 views,
Yeah.
and a few negative comments as well. You're like, well, I don't have to do it. I'm not getting paid to do it. I'll go live. I don't have to edit. It's real. If I make
I
a
gotta
mistake,
say
if I make a
that's
mistake, you're going to see it. I'm going to admit it, and I don't have to edit, and I'm going to get the
yeah.
same amount of views. And there you go.
That's for years I would not comment on people's not years for months. It's not like it's been around that for a number of months. I would watch my friends' videos and I wouldn't comment on them, and then transversely, my friends were commenting on my videos, and it was then that I realized the true value of a comment. I mean, barring trolls, which are always fun, but when whenever I had I would call it a rough patch where I don't feel like producing videos or anything like that. And then all of a sudden you get a flood of comments saying, thank you. When are you going to put another video out? Or I appreciate it, or whatever the positive comment may be. It serves as that extra boost and that extra motivation. So I would say that if it weren't for the comments, um, well, pretty much by definition, it would be a thankless uh, act. YouTube. It's still many people like myself would still do it, but nowhere near to the level that many of us do it now because of the comments. I feel.
Agree all
Well,
around. And everyone's upping their game too. So it's like you have pressure to just put a little bit more in and a little bit more. Oh, I'll do the closed captioning. I'll spend 2 hours on that. Every little thing people are scrutinizing and trying to make better. And it can get tough. I get it.
I just think that the way YouTube's going as well, I think it's trying to push towards the live stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to get a live, like almost a live TV station going, do you know,
Yeah,
where you can just
I can
click
see
and
that. I've never, well, no, I can't say never. I've actually done quite a number of learn CNCs with Javi live shows, but you don't get the. For me, I didn't get the. Well, not only did I not get the feedback out of it, because the feedback is instant, it's in the chat, and that's it. And then
Yeah.
not too many people, relatively speaking, will go back to watch a live as compared to some, evergreen video that's 5 minutes long about whether it's funny or about education or something like that.
I think it
I guess it
depends on
depends
the
on the
live.
live.
It depends on the live because I can honestly say that all of the lives that I've done since starting my live shows again are getting good. What I mean, they're 2 hours long, and people are watching them.
Yeah. I,
So
I think it depends on the content. I mean, if you're providing information and good content the whole way through, people
Yeah.
will rewatch. If it's a show where you're interacting with the chat room, then
mm,
that might not persist as a rewatch. That's kind of only good live. So, yeah, I think it's a different animal, but you can make it work as evergreen if you put the right content into it for sure.
last Sunday's show that I did was horrible. I watched it back, and I'm sorry to everybody because my sound was shocking, and I actually found out why. Um, the microphone, the Bluetooth. I use a Bluetooth mic when I'm wood turning for safety, and the dongle that goes into the laptop it wasn't pushed right in,
Um,
and the laptop was up against something on the worktop. And when I was turning, when the machine was running, it was causing the dongle to wobble in the laptop, and it was causing it to literally sound like I was in a bottle with a blender.
not
It
good.
Yeah.
sounded horrible, and I'm really sorry about that, folks. I didn't realize it was that bad until Rob actually told me, dude, your stream was crap. It sounded rubbish. So the picture and all that was grand, but when I had the lathe on, the sound was horrible. So I really do apologize for that. But that's live for you, right? That's stuff's going to happen. Let me see. JP thinks that I use white spirit for putting out fires. That has been known. Rob Summerlin says he doesn't have a filter. No, he does not have a filter. I can concur. Actually, when Harvey was mentioning trolls and things there, I wanted to mention that on the new show, I have a character. He will be prevalent. Did you guys you watch Top Gear, right?
Yeah.
You've seen Top Gear?
Well, I've seen the UK version. I can't stand the American version.
Are you? Have you heard about the Stig? You know the Stig?
I'm not familiar.
Okay, so Top Gear is a car show. It was on for years and years and years. It's kind of a comedy car show. It's a very funny show. But they had a character called the Stig, and basically the original Stig, I think, was Michael Schumacher, and he used to wear a white suit with a white helmet on. And
think of Racer X from Speed Racer. It's basically and
you didn't actually know who he was.
You never knew who he was.
I love Speed Racer. Sprite. Chim Chim.
So I have a Dodge. Not a Stig, a Dodge. He is a character. I will actually show you what Dodge looks like. And when my show goes live, you will see Dodge active in the chat. It's not me. I'm just going to let you know that Dodge is not me in the chat. He is a character that I have employed to watch the chat.
Oh.
But he's also going to cause a little bit of mischief and stuff through the show. He's my yeah.
He's not a moderator, or he or she is not a moderator.
Yes, Dorje is a moderator.
Dorje.
Dorje, yes, Dorje. I will show you. I will show you him now. 1 second. Let me.
I see Dorje in the chat, and I don't see the wrench. Wow.
Oh, there's Dorje. Everybody
Dorje.
say hello to Dorje. Dorje is my compadre of the chat. I'll get a bigger picture up for you of Dorje. 1 second. Let me see if I can find Dorje. Dorje. Bear with me. Basically, a Dorje, if you look up what a Dorje means, a Dorje means thunderbolt of enlightenment. In Buddhism, I believe it is. So it's a thunderbolt of enlightenment. And when I was researching, I looked up, and trolls are afraid of thunder, of lightning. So I put the two together. I came up with Dorje, and he's our troll killer.
Okay.
And I am finally the first to subscribe to somebody.
Dorje
Cool.
Dorje claims that not male nor female. So there you go. Fun fact about Dorje.
There you go. Dorje is now behind me. There you go. There's Dorje.
Wow.
That's Dorje. So I would appreciate if you follow Dorje, because Dorje is he's got his own YouTube channel, and he's going to be putting up little Dorje comments and things like that. There's going to be videos of Dorje comments and stuff like that going up on his channel, and I'm hoping that he'll grow into his own little character, or her own little character, or its own little character. And
I'm the second subscriber.
Very cool. I don't think I'm even subscribed to Dorje.
You
was
weren't.
number one.
I was the first subscriber.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
He's going to be neither I'm going to call him because it just comes out naturally. But like I say, he, she, whatever. It's going to be both a kind and unkind character. It's going to be both a happy and a miserable character. It's going to be all and everything to do with YouTube and live feeds. I will say this though: don't piss Dorge off.
Yep.
He does have powers.
It kind of looks like a cross between, for those of you who get the references, between Pepe the Frog and Hypnotoad.
I don't know what he is, to be honest with you. He's kind of troll-like looking, isn't he? But
would the term dank meme be appropriate?
Maybe, yeah.
If anyone dabs, I'm out of here.
So yeah, welcome Dorge to the chat. Thank you for popping in. I thought he might pop in and say hello at some point. Gruffalo. No, he's not the Gruffalo. No. He's 10 times worse than the Gruffalo. Uh-oh. Harvey.
Up. My apologies, Dorge.
You've upset Dorge. I wouldn't. He has powers. I wouldn't.
I believe it, and I don't have. And I'm not grounded, so.
Put Javi in timeout.
Dorge, what do you say? Should we challenge these two? Let's put these two to a challenge. Are you two up for a challenge? It's a higher lower game.
I'll play.
Okay, let me go and fix the scoreboard for a second. I'm sure the chat would like to see how the scoreboard works. Boom, 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 boom.
Ka-ching.
I'll even go one better. Look at this.
My answer to all questions is Pat Lap.
Because he is the biggest.
You answer in French?
Pretend French.
Pretend French.
Okay, there you go. You've even got your own scoreboards now. Isn't that fancy?
Fabulous.
Okay, so we're going to go across to here. Now, I did find that because these are apps that I'm using, sometimes they can be a little bit glitchy. You know, they'll jump in and out or whatever, but you know, you still get the result. The highest number is 30, I believe, on that wheel.
Is each number equally represented on the wheel? Are there 30 segments?
No. So there's 2 ones. I think there is double 1 to 10, or 1 through 10, as they say in the States. I think there's double of each of those. And then there is 1 of each 20 and 30. I'm not sure if there's 40.
Yep.
And there is one
24
segment,
total.
There's one segment there that says you lose. If you hit that, you're done. You're gone.
Dun,
Okay.
dun, dun.
23 or 24 segments? Okay. So I need to be grounded in the math. Sorry.
24 segments, 1 through 20 twice, and
a few
no,
oddballs.
1 through 10 twice.
Sorry, 1 through 10 twice. We got a 20, a 30.
There's a 20. There's a 30. I think that's
There's
the
a
highest.
lose.
There's 112, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, there's an 11 and a 12. There's 111 and 112 as well.
Oh, now my math is off again. Okay.
Okay. Are we ready? So I'm just going to give it. Harvey, you're going to go first. Right?
Sure.
I'm going to give it an initial spin, and then you're going to go higher, lower from there. Okay.
All right.
And let me see. I didn't bring my score pad in, but I can just do. I can
Do I
just
get
keep
to
counting.
freeze like card sharks?
Yeah. Okay, you ready? I'm going to give it a spin. I'm going to give you your first number. If you hit, you lose first. We're not going to go by that. 9 is your first number. Okay. Higher or lower?
I'm going to go lower.
Lower than 9. Here we go. Ooh, 3. Okay, well done. Higher or lower than 3?
For me again.
Yeah, you keep
Higher.
going. So at the moment you have 2 points. We started with the start, then we just done that. So that's 2 points. When you get a point for each time.
I will take higher.
Okay.
Come on, 30.
10. Well done. So that's 3 points you have.
Let's go
Higher
for
or
lower.
Lower than 10. Ooh, 8. Well done.
Lower again.
Lower again.
This is where it gets
Separates the men from the boys.
7.
Oh boy, this thing is really playing with me. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's do the lower.
Lower again. Okay, here it goes. You're on
Let's go
5 points so far.
50-50 now. Just about.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
13.
dun, dun. Wow.
Wait, there's a 30.
Yeah, that was the 30.
A 30. A 30.
There's a 12, 30, a win and a lose.
No, there's no win. There's just a you lose, and which
Oh.
he almost just hit. So that was you, was it, Harvey?
That was me.
Okay, so you got 5 points. Congratulations.
So a 12, a 20, a 30, and a lose. Is that the board?
You've got a 12, a 20, a 30, and a lose, and then you've got 1 through 10 twice, and you've got 1 11 and 1 12.
Oh, there's an 11 as well.
Yeah.
So 20, 21, 22,
So there's 25.
25. There's 25 slots.
So was that? Yeah, you got 6, wasn't it? No, 5. Sorry, 5.
5.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Well done. Okay,
Can I double
Matt.
down?
So
can I split aces? Sorry.
Right, I'm going to give you your baseline start again, just like I did with Harvey. Okay. Here we go. Nine.
It's the same.
2, 4, 6. I will go lower.
Lower.
What if it lands on 9, which is neither lower nor higher?
Then we'd roll again.
Okay.
You don't get the point.
2.
Okay.
Nice. Higher than 2.
Higher. Ooh, 4.
Go higher than 4.
He's got the pen out and everything. Look how serious he is.
You're not the only one. I'm writing all the numbers down.
30.
30. There you go.
That's an easy one.
There's only one slot that's worse than 30, and that's the lose. So I'll go lower.
Yeah. One. Extremes.
Oh, man.
That's 5. Higher.
$10. Nice.
Lower. 6 I got.
Mm-hmm. Ba, ba, ba.
All right.
You lose.
Was that 6? Who was counting?
Looks like 6 to
That
me.
was 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Games of chance. Yay. Well, sort of games of chance. Partial games
So
of chance.
that is how the show is kind of going to go, but there's other cool things as well.
Any
what do you
knowledge
think?
trivia games?
There will be, yes. There'll be some kind of trivia. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away because but you can kind of get. What does y'all think? What do you think of that idea? I mean, does the chat like that? Did you kind of get the feel
I
of how
think
it's
that
going to
Matt
go?
Haas has just won this wonderful thing from Zinman Furs and Roy
Matt, you
Furniture.
win. You win my 1960s very used brush.
Fabulous.
Complete with dog hair smell.
I'd like to thank my trainer.
Works by Solo says goodbye. Gotta go.
Night, Bernie.
See you, Bernie. See ya.
Yeah, I think
Hi,
this
Maggie.
is brilliant.
Sorry,
You,
I'm not
you,
sure.
yeah, get some maker content in these games, and I think you're onto something here.
Yeah,
For
there will
sure.
be. I mean, I can show you. Let me. What am I doing? What am I doing, Matt? Oh, I know. I'm going to go over here so you can see me. There you go. Let me give you an idea of what's going to go on, shall I? That's what I'll do.
You should do something like perhaps a trivia game that what is the category? For instance, you'll say the answer is cripple. And then everybody's already thinking bad, and you're going, the category is construction terms.
Now, don't panic. I haven't disappeared. I'm just putting up a playlist here that
Which is better, Team Scroll Saw or Team Router?
So I'm just gonna. I mean, these are gonna play in between each game. I mean, if you're on the channel, if you go onto the new Maker's Mind channel, and I've put a couple of these up as well just to show folks. But you'll get kind of. I mean, you've all seen the beginning of the show, right? The welcome to. Well, I'll play it. I might as well. Here we go. Look.
Beep, beep.
It's a Maker's Mind with Steve Twidell.
Love it.
So that's the intro. That will be the start of the show each week. Now this is going to be a podcast as well. I am on SoundCloud, so if you go and look up A Maker's Mind on SoundCloud, if you're not already subscribed to that or you're not already liking it, then please do go along there, and I'll be uploading all the audio from the show to that. That's why these games have to be kind of audio too, which is very difficult. It is actually quite difficult to get games that suit both. Hi, Red Smith. Good to see you. You're very welcome. Just a chatty show tonight, Red. I had internet issues, but also I couldn't be bothered to move my studio. And then this is going to be one of the.
Who's that then?
Who's that then?
Nice.
So basically, that game is there's either going to be maker voices, or there's going to be like a scruffed up picture, or something maker related, and you've got to try and tell me who you think it is, or it'll be. I'm working on a program at the moment. It's a bit glitchy. I might have to change it. Where it's like a jigsaw that you put together slowly, and the first person to guess it gets the points, and that kind of thing,
A picture when I was 5, so so you can use it for someone.
But that kind of thing. So that's you've got that. And we've got this one.
Maker Music Mashup.
That's one of my favorites.
What do you basically do? You take 3 or 4 makers, clips from them, and you have
So
to the person has to guess all the different makers in the clip.
Okay, so there's a lot of possibilities for that particular game. It's gonna, number one, depend on the guests. If I've got musically minded guests that can play instruments or that are singers or whatever, then I might just put them up against each other with songs and things like that.
Sounds good.
Or I'm going to have actual music that's played. I'm going to risk it for the first or second show. I'm going to risk it and see what strikes I get. Do you know, it's the only way I can do it, and see where I go from that. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to monetize this anyway, this channel. So we'll see what happens with it. Do you know?
No,
But
hopefully
we'll
they won't
try
be
it.
strikes. They'll just be copyright claims.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm going to do muddled up music, sped up, slowed down, backwards, that kind of thing, and then you've got to tell me what the song is, or I will just read out a lyric, and you've got to try and tell me what the song's for, what song it is, something like that. Do you know?
Yep.
I follow.
So that will be that segment, and like I say, there's all sorts of avenues that can go. We've got another one here. I'm just playing you,
Describe your tool.
Depending on what you mean by that, you can get a pretty adult rating.
Yes, that's the whole point of that one. So yeah, I mean, again, there's different avenues you go. Are people seeing these? Oh, they are. Yeah. Again, there's different avenues you can go with that as well. I mean, whether it's a tool that's in your shop, whether it's a tool that, I mean, I'm going to be meeting up with makers prior to the show on the Hangout, so I can send them a picture that they have to describe, or there's different ways of doing it. I'm just trying to make something of the show that's different, and I think it's got potential of being different to a lot of shows. So
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it.
and then there's this one. This one is the one that is going to scare the bejesus out of the loser of the show.
The Maker Wheel of Doom.
So at the end of the show, the maker or the contestant with the least numbers. George, watch yourself. George, you don't be rude now. See what he's writing in the chat. George, come on, behave yourself. Don't. Oh, look, everyone's liking George already.
Oh, well.
Well, that wasn't the plan. But anyway.
It rarely works that way.
You mean the
so there's
internet
going to
did
be
the opposite of what you wanted? Who'd have thought?
So there's going to be the Maker Wheel of Doom is basically a forfeit wheel. It will be designed around the guests that I have on the show in some cases. In other cases, it will be a weekly thing that stays the same, but it will be a forfeit of some kind that you will either have to do on the show or after the show, or in one of, I will give this away, in one of the categories that you get on the wheel. It's a dodge attack.
If you're done with the clips, the chat room
Oh,
saying you're still all white, and it's a little unnerving to some.
Off put. Yeah, well, get over it. It's my show.
Hey, I have no problem with
it. Yeah. So, yeah. There's a dodge attack, so you can see into that however you wish. But there are many types of ways that dodge can attack. So, be it good or bad. So I'm going to throw it
give
out
me more
to you.
watch time on my channel.
Oh well, Oh yes, but maybe not good watch time.
Is there such thing as bad watch time?
um,
I need my
uh,
click-through rate up a
let's-
percent.
let's just wait on the tech. Well, like I said, there is good things that George can do as well. Because don't forget that he is a YouTube channel and he can watch videos. So just bear that in mind. Yeah. So I'm going to throw it out there just quickly. You've seen a taste of what the show's going to be like. Do you think it's going to work? Is it the sort of thing that the chat wants to watch? Is there anything you would like added to it? Now is the time to say, I would like to see such and such. There's a game show from back in the day that I used to enjoy that had particular games that would work for video and podcast. Don't forget, it's got to be an audio game as well. You know, is it something you want to watch? Is it something, I mean, have any of you seen channels like that on YouTube before? Because if you have, I'll go and watch them so that I can see their format and see that I'm doing things right. I mean, you know,
I've never
cutting
searched
edge.
for anything like that on YouTube, so I can't say I've watched anything like that on YouTube. But I do enjoy it. I personally, because I'm very blunt in my speak, I would love to see. I'm more of a fan of more trivia games, less chance games.
okay.
But that's just me. And
Jack's
but I,
Films.
I do enjoy the format of the show.
Jack's Films has a game show, but it's on Twitch for different counting tools that YouTube doesn't have, and then he drops it on YouTube as just a watchable thing. But that's brand new. That there's only 5 episodes of that out now. That's the only one I know of, Jack's Films. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
I might check that out. You might send me a link of that, Matt, if ever you get a chance. Yeah.
So for the chat room, if you think this is a good idea, give a thumbs up on this video, and if you think it's a bad idea, hit the bell.
Yeah.
How about that?
I like that.
I like the way you work, Matt.
I can't decide, so I think I'll click both.
George, you be careful. I might replace you with Matt.
You couldn't afford me. I get paid in tacos, so, and I need a lot.
George says, yes, you are very blunt, Harvey.
Yep.
Only on one end, though. Only on one end.
I think you're walking a very thin line there, Javi, with you and
look at what Steve Harneal said. He's that I'm
Harvey
also
is
very
also
trivial. Good old Mr. Harneal.
As Tracy said, what the hell is normal these days, right? I mean, there's never
Don't
a true
ask
word
me.
said there. Yeah.
I lip sync and dance on my woodworking videos. I have no idea what normal is.
What will upset me? What will upset me is if George ends up getting more subscribers than the game show. That would be quite upsetting.
Well, if George branches out to other channels and other game shows, he very well could.
Be careful. You might invent something you won't be able to control for very long.
I've created a monster.
Literally. It's not often I get to use the word, but
Dave from Portal Woodworks has joined us. Hi, Dave. He might have joined us earlier, but I've only just seen him there. So hi, Dave. How are you? And Tracy's joined us. I think you were there earlier, but just in case I missed you, Tracy. She's a big supporter of my stuff. Thank you.
Dave says Taco Bell is cheap, but are they really tacos?
That's an American thing. I had Taco Bell once, but I was incredibly drunk.
My apologies.
I love that disclaimer.
That's the reason they're open at 2 a.m. or past 2 a.m. even. Place turns into a party scene.
Is that officially a pop at Templeboy? That will not be hard. Is that the fact that you could get more subscribers than me? I don't know if I like this George.
George is a bit snarky.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that we'll see how that goes on. But Richard King has subbed to Dorge. Well, Richard, have you subscribed to my new to the A Maker's Mind channel? Dorge, Dorge, if you don't mind, you might do a bit of shouting out for A Maker's Mind and not promoting yourself. Jesus. Oh, I'm correct, am I? All right. Chris Cute, standard order, 3 regular tacos and a burrito supreme with no sour cream. Many a not so sober nights that has been dinner.
I ordered the same thing except no lettuce on any one of them. That's just that green stuff is just poison.
Tracy said she's not biting. Obviously, Dorge is trying to, and oh, he makes 11 subs to Dorge.
I put a link to a Maker's Mind YouTube channel in the inside chat. If Avi or Steven want to put it on the live chat, people can go out, link to it.
Sorry, Matt, I missed that. I'm sorry.
On the inside chat, there's a link to a Maker's Mind YouTube channel. If you want to put that URL in the public chat, people can.
Okay, perfect.
Go subscribe to it.
Actually, Dave, but Dave the Woodbarb has just done that for me, so that's perfect. Thank you, Dave.
I didn't know if that was that channel or Dorge's channel. Okay. Yep. No, it is. He did. Thank you.
Did he?
Yes, that goes to A Maker's Mind. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. Dave's awesome.
Agreed.
He's my spanner man.
Unanimous.
Sorry, my wrench man. That's yeah. Watch out for that game show as well. That's going to happen too.
And what have you been up to recently, Steve? No one asked you.
You would not believe how much organizing this show has taken. It's crazy it's been 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning most mornings the last few, putting together. I mean, you all know, you do video editing, even them small little clips that I've been showing.
Yep. Hours.
Take time to put together. And I mean, there's you've got FlixPress and stuff like that you can use for putting stuff like that together. But it's, it takes time because you've got to personalize each thing. And then sometimes you've got to use the YouTube music and mix that into it because, even some of these websites that you use that say the music is okay, you can get strikes on it, so you have to be really careful and mess about with stuff like that. But not only that, I've not shown a fraction of the stuff that I've prepared for this. Do you know? I mean, there's a lot of visual stuff that I'm going to be putting up on camera. Yeah, there is more to come. So there is a lot involved in the back scenes there. I didn't realize how much work would be involved, but if it works out, then it's worth it.
Absolutely.
Tracy Keaton, you guys know that Temple has a Patreon. But do you know, Tracy is brilliant. Tracy is a Patreon of mine. And I never, ever remember Patreon. I'm rubbish. I'm totally rubbish when it comes to Patreon. I completely forget to promote it. I forget to put stuff on it. I've actually got to go back and put some stuff onto it, actually, because I'm just rubbish at stuff like that. It's self-promotion. I'm all right for some of it, but then you're on so many things.
There's a lot of moving pieces. I get it.
Yeah, Matt is real good about his Patreon page and giving extra fluff for even the smallest of contributors and stuff. I'm like you. I wouldn't be able to keep up with. Well, I've got enough going on in my own life without branching out of outside of YouTube and the woodworking community. I wouldn't be able to handle a Patreon page.
I mean, it is its own platform. That's the way you have to think about it. It's a separate, full community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really have got to. Tracy slaps my wrists every now and then just for, and I do need to. Dave Plum, all about you, Steve. It's all about me. Of course, it's all about me. It's my show. Oh, and Dorge, apparently. You know, don't forget Dorge. Don't forget Dorge.
I'm worried about Dorge taking over, so just keep a close eye. Don't let your guard down.
Tracy is not my only Patreon. No, I think I have 2 Patreons. Oh, do you know what? It's been so long. I'm rubbish. I really am rubbish. Oh, here. Go on, do it. Oh. Yeah. No. Know what?
It was my first 5.
I'm going to make it a point. I'm going to make it a point that next week I am dedicating the whole of next week, other than the bits and pieces I have to do for the show. I'm going to dedicate it on sorting my Patreon out. There you go. That's a promise, Tracy. I'm going to put some content up there for my Patreons. And do you know what I might do is for the Maker's Mind, I might do an after show that patrons can click in and watch that. I think I might do that. That might be a good idea.
And personally, I pledge that I'm going to concentrate on squirrel.
Stuff. You got plenty of stuff to concentrate on.
And bamboo.
Yeah, I'm having a blast with the. I'm having a blast with designing the. I'm still working on the floor plan myself. I'm still concentrating all my efforts on it. And this weekend, after I clear out the brush, the bramble, everything, I'm going to spray paint. I'll put it on YouTube. I'm going to spray paint a large floor plan where I want the house to be on the lot, and using marking paint, and we'll see. I expect to be surprised at the largeness of it, because I've been doing draft work and construction for many years, and all the rooms that I have are just ridiculously huge. So there's the little kid in me who wants it bigger and wants more, and then there's the practical side of me who goes, yeah, cost overruns.
Yeah, right.
There is no budget, and you went over it.
I just got to get them, in mesh.
I just had a Harvey.
Yeah,
I could see your backyard. You know all your new bamboo that you're going to have, right?
Yeah.
You should go out with like multicolored tubs of paint and just paint your bamboos all different colors. Imagine what that would look like. It'd just be a whole yard full of art. It'd just be like a big
personally,
color.
I would love it. Personally, I would love it. My wife and my neighbors would kill me.
Rainbow colored bamboo. Put a unicorn silhouette out there,
Yeah, I'd get tired of it real quick.
Dave's on the ball. And Dorge, look what Dorge said just before Dave put up. Look, I took over before I was created. What have I done? What have I done?
I think you better throw the kill switch there.
Oh no, Dorge.
The student has become the master.
Yeah, it's just as well I did put in that safety button. You've been warned, Dorge.
Do you have a big red button on your desk? Self-destruct, Dorge.
Actually, this is going to be funny, actually.
Yeah, Maggie put Technicolor basket. I might actually take one of the bamboos and make one of those just for fun. A small.
Leona Faye is going to bed. Night, Leona. Thank you for joining us. Chris Cute said, so what's this 3D pen you speak of in the title? I already showed it, Chris, but you obviously weren't watching the whole show. Mm-hmm. You've been foiled.
Well, Chris, on his behalf, I'll tell you, he stepped out just for a second to go to your channel, subscribe, hit the bell, and give you a thumbs up. So that's why he missed it.
Okay,
on Patreon
I'll let him off. Yeah, I'll let him off. I've got a new patron now that I can ignore. I got a 3D pen, Chris. A 3D pen is very cool, and I got loads and loads and loads and loads of colors of the, what do you call this stuff? I don't know.
Filament.
And
Filament,
Tracy with the super chat.
Ah, Tracy, thank you so much. See, Tracy's just an absolute doll, and I'm horrible. Right, thank you, Tracy. I promise that I will go next week. Next week is dedicated to my Patreon. I'm going to study it and see what I'm supposed to do with it. And Patreon's one of these things that I think everybody starts and doesn't really take it serious because they never think that they're ever going to get a Patreon. And then all of a sudden you get a Patreon and you think, oh, I've got to do this serious. But anyway, Chris, I got this 3D pen, and my thought is I'm going to put the brass tubes of pens onto the lathe. That's it. And
Turny thing.
and I'm going to create multicolored pen blanks and then turn them, because it's just plastic. It should turn fine. And this does stick to itself. It melts to itself. So I should be able to create some cool 3D
I can't say that I'm very happy with the case, the molded plastic case that pen came in. I would urge you to turn a cover for it.
Sure, no problem.
You're adding to his to-do list, Javi.
No.
So you mean make wooden parts for it?
Absolutely, yeah. Just take that plastic off and switch it to wood.
That's a really cool idea, but it isn't going to happen. Right. So yeah, as I was saying,
full of cool ideas that aren't going to happen.
I was gonna get this picture up. Speaking of Dorge, I kind of preempt how Dorge was going to go down, and I warning, this is going to be graphic, folks.
It's a graphic.
Dorge,
wow.
Dorge, you've been warned.
So now we need King Arthur to pull the 101 out of his of Dorge.
I love this. Green screen thing. It's it's freaking awesome.
It never gets old. Green screen. I love it.
No. Now the only thing that I can't do, well, I can, but I have to be very clever about it. Is I can't at the moment. I can't do video behind me with this software. So
no biggie.
But I think I found out a way to do it. So
something just occurred to me. If Eloy were to get a green screen, that floating head of his, if he wears all green, that floating head of his would be a lot more effective as a floating head.
I mean, you can. Oh no! Don't do that. Oh, stop doing that. Right, you could do this kind of thing.
There you go.
There we go.
I love it. Steve, how did you put the video intro clips? That was video that we saw earlier. How did that work?
Okay, yeah. So that's that's how I've worked out I can do it, but I have to put it through kind of the back end of this software. So, but yeah.
So pre-recorded, but not.
This is all. Yeah. So this is all done on layers. I can add. Like for instance, I can do this. I can add another layer just here, and then I can put whatever I want in there. And this has an awesome thing where you can do. Let me see. Oh yeah, custom area.
It's a shame Google Hangouts doesn't have a function where it could split the screen into quadrants and have all four makers at the same time.
You can do that through this software.
Can you?
That'd be nice. I believe so. So yeah, this custom screen you can make as big or as big or as small as you want, and no, don't do that, Steve.
That's interesting.
Undo.
But now you gotta paint your headphones green. So
I've just completely messed that up, haven't I? But anyway, let's get rid of that one.
That's a cool effect.
That's like
It's
that's
like
disco,
you're in
isn't it?
Tron and you're rezzing.
You're not going to get all sci-fi on me again, are you?
Oh, you never know. I can't make no promises.
Let me fix this.
Derezzing like Tron. Nice.
Remember,
Boink.
they would derez
Boink.
the losers
Boink.
in the games.
There you go. That's easy fixed.
Speaking of Japan,
Yeah. So, oh no, it's okay.
He's
Don't
back.
panic. Hold on. I've got to plug my laptop number 2 in, otherwise I'm going to lose chat. Okay, it's all right. Panic over. Whew.
excellent.
So, I think general census was that yes to the show. Go ahead, make a fool of everybody, and just don't let George out too often. I think that's pretty much
Agreed.
what we've. I'm just fixing my green screen here. Just no. There we go. I've got a little bit of a doodah there, but that's
So,
okay.
Can you
So what-
share the show details, date, time, and other
Yes,
logistics?
it's already out there, but actually, I made a bit of a boo-boo in the video, but no one's noticed it. But you know, I actually say 7:30 the show's on Friday, but it's not. It's on 9:30 Irish time, which is 4:30 Eastern, I believe. Isn't that right?
Believe so. We are
5
5 hours
hours.
off.
Yeah.
I'll double
Now,
check.
I'm not sure how it works out elsewhere in the Americas, but
You're at 9:30, you said? Or 7:30?
yeah. So I'm this Friday, 9:30 Irish time, which is 4:30 Eastern, I believe. Yeah, and
Yeah.
the show starts. We have Matt Haas on as one of the contestants, and I'm just waiting for the other contestant to get back to me. I might just jump on Facebook now because
Yes, Ireland is 5 hours
Yeah,
ahead.
4:30 it is. Yep.
Correct.
cool. Yeah, so be there or be a George. George is still picking on me. Look. Oh, he's getting all bowsy there now. Look, shall I act scared now, Temple?
The snark is strong.
So, Chris, you asked who the first two guests are. As I said, Matt Haas. Haas is one guest, and I'm just checking my face ache to see as the other guy.
That is your new last name.
That's what it is. I'll take it.
I like it.
People laughing next to my name. That's happy. I'll take happy.
Hey, that's what I shoot for in all my videos. Most of the time I make it. 1:30 p.m. for those of you in the West Coast.
Matt, do you know the other contestant that I mentioned I might have on with you?
I remember.
Say yeah, but yeah. Do you know what time zone he's in the States?
Eastern.
Because
with
he's
me.
asking what time the show. Okay,
Eastern.
so it'll be 4:30.
4:30.
I can get in my car in an hour and a half. I can be at his door.
Cool. Just returning that. We might get confirmation right now as we speak.
Silence. Shall we talk amongst ourselves?
Yeah. But sometimes silence is good
Well,
because
speaking,
it gives George some material.
That's true. Well, we were talking about Japan earlier and bamboo and Tron, and there is a Tron roller coaster in Japan that's supposed to be amazing. If anyone wants to go to Japan with me and ride the Tron roller coaster, shoot me a private message because I'll hook that up.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Oh, it is wicked cool. It's got all black with like the blue, the blue
With the
like
fluorescence,
laser.
everything. Oh, man.
Yeah, and it's a killer roller coaster too. It's not like a cheap little thing. Anyway,
Oh, I can't remember the last time I was on a roller coaster.
Always wanted to go to Japan.
It's a
Japan's
long,
cool.
long time.
Am I paying, Matt? I'm gonna beg, borrow, and steal just to get myself there. So.
What are you on about, Harvey? 3,200 Canadian time.
I figure if I'm throwing out the different hours, it's always tough to do that Canadian money thing. Time's the same. It's 32 hours Canadian time.
Good Lord.
Yes, George, I am paying Matt. I'm paying him your wages.
Can you double it? Wait a minute. 0 times 2 is still 0. Okay. Never mind.
Mark's just had his lunch.
What's that
Tracy
epoxy
has a
coaster
bell on.
back there that's flashing behind your screen, Matt? Or was a second ago?
Right here. Oh, that's my Pat Lap coaster I did in clear resin acrylic. Because I wanted something to, put my coffee on. So I sit it on Pat Lap's face.
Pat Lap's had more shout outs than George tonight. That's cool.
I'm
Keep
telling
it coming.
Why not?
Fingers will be eaten. Oh, he's threatening now.
I know of him. I'm a well, I guess you could call it fan, but I have never met the man.
Neither have I. I almost did. I was going to drive.
I've never spoken to him in a chat. I've never met him in a hangout or let alone in person. So he's one of those people that it's like he's part of the community. You feel it's part of the community, and since you hear from everybody else about everything he's done, and you feel you know him, but
I think he goes through periods where he's busy with work and then he's busy with other things, but he's around if you look hard enough. You gotta try and. It's like, where's Waldo? Only. He's
While I have you two on here, it will be awesome. I've never actually tried out the. Do you know on the Hangouts now you can control the cameras and stuff of the other people?
You can control whose guest video feed takes full screen. That's not what you're talking about?
No, I think I can also do that. Don't panic, Harvey, okay? If
Not
you disappear,
panicking.
will you come? Yeah, if you disappear, will you come back on, please?
Yeah,
Just going to try
no problem.
try something here. Okay. Okay,
Let's
so I can
see.
turn off. I can turn off his camera. You're still there, Harvey, are you?
I am still here.
That's awesome.
You force the video feed away. There you go. Oh,
Boom!
look at that.
Got you
And
too.
there goes Matt. Yep.
I'll stick you with my dart.
And I think, can I put you back on? No.
Picture's old. I've lost a little weight since then, but I love
If
that
not, I'll
picture.
turn myself back on. But
no, I can't switch you back on.
allow me.
Oh, I have control over it. So it's
Yeah,
almost
Yeah,
as if you just pushed our button.
Yeah,
and
the
we can-
regular Google Hangout, you can mute us and mute the video, and we can always click on mute back.
Okay. Well, that's cool because that means
I can't control Javi. Like here,
No,
I'll mute Javi myself. Speak, Javi.
No,
please.
you did mute me. I just unmuted.
Oh, so I have the same power as the host?
Well, yeah, that's a standard Google Live Hangout. That's how it.
cool.
That's how
What
it
does
is.
the ignore button? What does the
only
ignore
thing
flag
he
do?
can do that we can't is actually kick us out of the Hangout.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
at that point, there's a possibility or a likelihood that we can't even get back in because it would be like a block for this
Understood.
particular hangout.
No, I was just wanted to test them because I might be able to use those features for the game too. If you know what I mean, I can take away their camera or whatever, you know, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Right. Adrian is saying good night. Night, Adrian. I think we will
Night, Adrian.
call it a night to
Got to
live.
finish packing for tomorrow.
Anybody that wants to jump on after the show, you're perfectly welcome to come in and say hello to me and have a chat before I close it down for the night. Matt, Harvey, thank you so much for coming on and let me test bits and pieces out and try one of the games at least to see how it runs and how it works.
Oh,
You're
my
very
pleasure.
welcome. You're very welcome. You
Always
want me to
down
throw? You want me to throw the link in the chat after we go off the air?
Yeah, please.
Okay, I'll do that.
George. Oh, no.
Temple pushes my buttons all the time, says George.
What have I done? What have I done? I just, in my defense, I've never met George, okay? And judging by what he looks like, I won't be pushing any of his buttons. Hashtag just saying.
That's a good plan.
Actually, could I ask you all this evening, when you leave this live feed, when you say goodbye and all that, can you go to, I think hashtags work on Facebook, don't they?
They do.
Can you go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of those, and just, I don't know, let's start a new hashtag to do with George. Hashtag George is awesome. What about that? That do?
That could work.
Yeah, hashtag George is awesome. And put it in and tell me what you think. And what I would really appreciate if you could is if you could promote the new channel and the new show as much as you can. Believe it or not, I only started the new channel, I think it was last weekend. Could have been the weekend before, I can't remember. But I have 100 and how many? 112 subscribers, I think, at last count, which was absolutely amazing. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just switch accounts here. And I have 114 subscribers now. I'm just going to type something into the chat here. And if you could go on to if you're not already subscribed to the channel, click on the three
dots. Yep.
3 dots and go and subscribe to the channel in the chat, please. Once this actually does its thing. Okay, here we go. See how slow the actual internet.
Well, if they're watching, all they got to do is click the red subscribe button underneath your live feed.
Well, I'm on the Templeboy Turnings.
Oh, he's on the
One.
Oh, that's right. Are you? Oh, okay. My bad.
Javi doesn't know where he's at.
I don't know.
Do you know what time it is, Javi?
No clue. And I got to watch.
He just shows up where people tell him to.
Yep.
Yeah.
6:14.
I'm just picking
so
on you. I
neat.
love you, Javi.
Likewise.
Javi's so needy. He has to be on everybody's live.
Oh, yes. Yes. I don't have anything better to do, like, pack for a trip tomorrow or anything like that.
There you go. And Dave's already on the case there. Look. See?
Yep, there you go.
George, why can't you be more like Dave? See, I like Dave. I'm going off
I don't
George.
think George has a wrench. George needs a wrench in order to drop links. But that's giving George more power. You might not want to do that.
Believe me, I am not giving George a wrench. just saying. George is not getting a wrench. Or maybe, George, do you want a wrench? Would that be a bad move, giving George a wrench?
On second thought, you probably should not.
Do you think I shouldn't?
I would not do it.
Not on this channel. Definitely not. No, I'm not.
George himself says no. Him or herself.
Do you know what? I've got a horrible feeling. I think I've given him a spanner on a maker's mind.
Ooh. Oh, I see.
Oh God. Now I've had a sample of what he's going to be like. It's like
this is what I'm doing all of next week.
I love it.
Yeah, thanks. Now I'm going to get struck with copyright. Thanks, Harvey.
Hey, blame it on Jamie. He's the one that made that thing.
That's very cool. Oh, God. I'm doomed. Right, I'm going to end this before George gets the chance to cause any more trouble. Thank you, Harvey and Matt. Stay around just for a couple of minutes after so I can thank you in person. Thank you to chat. You are all absolutely awesome. Thank you indeed. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up and leave a comment as well. Stick a comment down in the comments. That's the best place to leave a comment, isn't it? In the comments.
If you don't know what to write in the comments, just do hashtag Dorge is awesome.
Yeah, that's actually, you could do that. Just everybody go hashtag Dorge is awesome. But everywhere else across social media, if you can just do a hashtag Dorge is awesome. Don't forget a Maker's Mind game show Friday night, 9:30 Irish, 4:30 American, and whatever other times suit you. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you again very, very soon. In fact, Sunday, I will be doing the Snowflake Challenge just before the Makers International podcast, which I am now officially a host.
Congratulations.
That's a beautiful thing.
Thanks, guys, for trusting me. You might live to regret it, but hey ho. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm going to go. See you. Thank you, Tracy, for the super chat. You're awesome, and it's a promise. Next week, I am committing to sorting out Patreon and giving some love to my Patreons. All right, guys. We'll see you. Say night, night.
Bye, everyone.
Night, night, all.
Good night.
Have a wonderful day.
Night, night, folks. Thank you.